So I'm gonna quickly show you what I did for this scene of the space station and these fighters going towards these monstrous looking things. I didn't use any textures at all on this space station, and I'll show you that real quick. So you can see this is a comp that does not have any lights on. So that's just the parallel light that I used as a rim and the main source of lighting in the scene. So you can see just by turning on a light, it already looks a little bit better. But what I did, actually, you know what, real quick, I'm gonna show you where's my effects? I usually use a dual screen, so my effects seem to be gone. Okay, hang on. There we go. So my computer's kind of slow. So here we go. These are the big monster ship things. They're mainly actually just trees and the video copilot liquids. So yeah, it's a simple trick. I used a cracked glass texture on them, but I made the cracks glowing yellow. So, and here's the space station right here that you can see untextured. We've got these fighters here. You can get these free on Turbo Squid. So yeah, that's mainly what my scene looks like. But to make all this, let me just turn everything off here. I didn't even start with the planet. I added that later. I've got a planet and a composite. I rendered all of these in passes. So it's much easier to have control over stuff if you render everything in multiple passes. So the foregrounds, you can have more lighting and more passes. The backgrounds, so you can actually put stuff behind there like I did with this planet down here. Yeah, that's just the main composite. I also have another set of fighters over here. I don't know if anyone saw those. Let's see. They're over there somewhere. But I'm not going to use the explosions. For the station, to make it look a little better, I wanted to add some more lights, and I just used some point lights for these and put them really close to the station and have them cast shadows, so that actually looks a lot better with these blue lights on. Still no textures, it's just all lighting. And as to give these giant tree ships a bit more depth, I added a little bit of blue lighting you can see over here that you can turn off, and I rendered that in a separate pass as well. Let's see, what else did I do? I added afterburners for these fighters, so now you can see their engines a little bit better because they were kind of getting lost in the maze of whatever this ship is supposed to be. So you can kind of follow them with these lights. And so the background, this background, I didn't actually use this layer, but it's got all these nebula things. I used Francis Check's Fractal Rama for these. Pretty fun. I like it. You guys should too, or get it too. So, but what I did is, like, one side is actually kind of red, this one. So I added a red flare from Video Copilot in here, and when it comes around to this side, you can see I added a bit of yellow because the backgrounds are red and yellow. So what I did is I duplicated that background several times and blurred it a little bit to give it a glow. Let me turn off the flares here so we can see the glow. That you can kind of see the red wrapping around the side of the ship here. And how I did this is a pre-comp. If you double click it, I just made the foreground all black and then used the background full color. And so when you go back into your comp, if you look at it, I've blurred one layer and I have all of them set on screen, and you blur it more. This one's 20, this one's 40, 80, and I double each number each time. So, and I use one that's not blurred at all to keep most of the detail in there. It's the old way of doing lightsabers too, but there's better ways to do lightsabers now, I think. So, but that's basically how I turned this into that. So, yeah, oops, I don't want explosions on yet. That's for later.